Once there was a darkness. It was very hard to see. You came in to guide me, and suddenly I could see.
Certified peer specialist. I've been a certified peer specialist for 10 years, and I was a certified peer specialist trainer for 5 years. It's something about being able to identify with people on a deep level. I think that's what the peer support brings to that. You know, the ability to be able to meet people where they at, having that experience, been in that place. I think there's a quote that says, "Who then can so softly bind up the wounds of another, except he who has been afflicted with the same wounds?" That is the essence of peer support, and that's why it works so well in the criminal justice system. I believe people that's incarcerated, why they benefit from peer support so much, because they talking to someone who have the experience of being where they were at, right? And they're seeing that a person can be here, but yet find their way out and live a productive and meaningful life and be successful, right? So I think that's a vision of hope, that we are able to identify with the despair that comes with being incarcerated, not being around your children, not being around your wife, the stigma that comes with that, and to have someone come in that can relate to that and be able to speak to that and help support you in finding your way out and finding meaning in life, I think is valuable.
My first arrest, I think I was 14. My last arrest, I did 15 months in Somerset Prison, upstate. So, thank God I had some intelligence and had enough and was willing to listen to some things and try something new, something different. That was 2001. I'd never been back. What would have been different for me if I knew about peer support then? What would have been different for me is I would have been a different person. I would have been able to utilize that training from that individual or those individuals that brought that peer support information into prison for us personnel that was in there that was presently incarcerated for us to use towards our lives. Me being the person I am, I think I would have jumped on it, both hands and feet, without a doubt. And I think my progression on a positive road would have been a lot earlier.
I have seen someone who took our Wellness Recovery Action Plan training, leave the prison, became a Wellness Recovery Action Plan facilitator, and he's working, he's employed. And this is somebody who's hearing the message and taking the information and doing all the right things for the right reasons. So, wow. So the beauty of Montgomery County and Behavioral Health Court and why that works so well is that there are people that works for the court system that recognize the importance of peer support, being able to help those that's on probation and parole. So I just like the forward thinking of Montgomery County and Behavioral Health Court. There's a Judge Silos who is fantastic. He is great. I think a lot of judges should mimic what he does. He asks people to write personal letters to him. And he said he reads them before he go to bed because he wants to know the individual. I talked to someone privately, and they had shared with me that they had told them about their ill mother, and they saw him 2 weeks later, and he remembered. Right, and these things mean something to people. Like, just don't look at me because of the jacket that's in front of me or the crime that I committed, but I'm a whole person. And I think, you know, Montgomery County is forward thinking of really getting to see the whole person. So I think that there's a large amount of people with gifts and talents that's incarcerated that if they just had the proper supports in place, can do great work. So Pathways to Recovery, we bring in speakers who talk about their journey, who talk about being incarcerated, the challenges of that, their behaviors that was problematic, and now how they're productive and responsible members of society, working as supervisors, managers, and we bring them in to talk to those who are still challenged with these issues. And I believe that there is something about a story. Right? Stories are important.
Well, managing my mental health, I suffer from post-traumatic stress disorder. I'm a combat veteran of the Persian Gulf War, the Desert Storm portion in Iraq. So I didn't know that I had a mental disability until I went to recovery at the VA hospital and was diagnosed with it by the psychiatrist up there. So I managed my post-traumatic stress disorder with exercise and work and focusing on my recovery. And that is where I found RAP at the VA hospital. And when I found RAP at the VA hospital, it was a flyer on the elevator and it had a CPS up on it. And as I said, and I read that thing, I said, I can do that. I can do that job. There's no doubt about it, I can do that job. And then I had the RAP, and the guy that one of the facilitators said, you'll be a good CPS. Then finally here comes community college, and I did a presentation, and the guy gave me a application. Met Roletta Jones, and here I sit. So right now I'm attending Chestnut Hill for my master's degree. I hope to parlay that into a better income bracket. But as it stands right now today, I'm the supervisor of the Career Center, and I'm trying to make it the best career center in Montgomery County.
And foremost say, these are human beings who, did something wrong, paying the price for what they did, and need a second chance at life, and need some people around them that can support them and help them get on the road to recovery.
One bad decision will get you locked up. That's all it takes. Let's say I'm the kind of judge that's looking for an opportunity to give a person a second chance. My question would be, why should I give you a second chance? That person needs to be able to convince that judge that he deserves or she deserves a second chance. Because that's what I did. You'll never see me again. That's what he did. He gave me 1.5 to 3. And I got out in 15 months.
And he never saw you again?
He never saw me again.